Hi folks, how you doing? Now that you have a new world champion, brand new world champion, the great Magnus Carlsen from Norway, who just defeated, some say crushed, Vishy Anand in Chennai, I thought it was a good idea to start a new series and do something like, something like what Kasparov did some years ago in those magnificent books, and just review the chess history through its world champions. Kasparov called that books my great predecessors. So I will call this Magnus's or Carlsen's great predecessors, and I will be reviewing all world champions till now, including I hope Magnus. And well, I will try to bring one game per world champion, and I will try these games to be short games, like kind of miniatures. And okay, we'll try to analyze them as best as I can. So we're gonna start today with the first world champion of the history, the first official world champion. It was William Steinitz from Germany, and well, he was world champion down in 19th century, and well, he was a very strong player in on that romantic era. And well, he developed from being like a crazy attacking player, like almost everybody was there down on those years, to be one of the first, probably the first, who thought of positionals and long-term strategies for chess players, and developed some really sophisticated for plans and slow positional uh, tips for that, for very sophisticated for its time. He was really an innovator, an interesting player. The game we're gonna see today was played some years before he was a world champion. He was very young here. He played this game in Vienna, and his opponent was Karl Hampe, Hamppe. He was black. William Steinitz is black here. E4, E5, knight C3, knight F6 was played here, and there we go on F4, the Vienna game. Very trendy on those days, kind of crazy chess, very attacking, uncompromised. There was not much else to do, like it was to play the Vienna, the King's Gambit, or almost nothing else. So here goes one of the lines. I'm not going to comment on the theory of this opening, because honestly speaking, I don't know that much. Here f takes e5. Now knight takes e3, b takes. Obviously taking here doesn't seem that great because the king is already in the center, although there are no queens. The pawn on e5 doesn't look that great. It could be potentially very weak, so this doesn't look very good for white. So b takes c3, and white is trying to play this d4 move and have a strong center, bishop pair, etc. But there is a big bet here, which is this queen h4 check. Now there is obviously g3 is not an option because queen e4, game over. But and the move here is queen e2. This is very odd looking move, really strange, but interesting enough, I have in my model database I have 19 games with this line, and funny enough, only one of them, this game, is from the 19th century. All the rest of them, 90 something percent, are from the 20th century, and even from the 21st century. I got 2 games played by Nakamura in this line with white. Who else? Also, Ivanchuk played this against Fiedler in 2010 World Blitz Championship, and he lost that game. So funny that this odd-looking, very bizarre move, moving the king to the center to e2, has been played by strong GMs like Nakamura and Ivanchuk. Nakamura even used this line to beat in the games I was just referring. He drew one game, and I think he beat Shabalov, a stronger GM, in a US Championship game. So, but okay, if somebody could play things like this, he's probably Hikaru. And there it goes. Bishop g4 check, forcing something like knight f3, which is obviously blocking the check, but as it is pawned, the queen is in no danger right now. Queen e4 is the move which was played by Peter Svidler in 2020 in that game against Vasily Ivanchuk. King f2, he took that one. Knight f3, Queen h5, Rook b1, and Peter went on to win this game in 30-something move. But okay, Bishop g4 check is seems more natural move. Now Knight f3, Knight c6, trying to take that pawn on e5. As the Knight on f3 is not really defending because it is in an absolute pin. So d4, and now long castle, still trying to take on the pawn on e5, because now there are no one but two pins, the one on the knight and the one on this pawn, because the queen would be hanging here. So if knight takes, pawn takes wouldn't be possible because the rook would take. That's why bishop d2 is played. So now that knight takes e5 wouldn't be that great, I guess, because the pawn would have to could take it. But anyway, Steinitz here plays bishop takes, g takes, and he goes ahead to sacrifice the pawn on e5. Seems logical because now bishop is going to get out, the white king is in the center, there is absolutely almost no development of white pieces, no coordination, and he's sacrificing a pawn, rolling the dice, and well, this was the crazy chess they used to play in the 19th century, attacking all or nothing. D takes and bishop c5, just trying to checkmate white king in the f2, but okay, and the point is that he has also this rook on an open file. The other rook is going to go to the center very fast, and it seems black has certainly his compensation for the sacrificed piece. Now queen e1, trying to exchange the queens, which black obviously doesn't want to do, and also stopping the checkmate on f2. Queen c4 check. King d1 only move. Now black takes on c3. Now obviously bishop cannot take on c3 because it is pinned, and also black is threatening to take the rook on a1. So rook b1. Now queen takes f3 check. Here queen e2. An interesting line and quite forcing line is this bishop e2. It seems like everything is okay because you're blocking the check, developing the bishop, protecting the rook on h1, but there is a rather forcing line here, which ends up with a big edge for black, which is this take. Once again, it is not possible to take because black takes on h1 with check. So king takes, check on this on e3, only move, rook d8 check, bishop there, and once again sacrificing on d3, take with check, king c1. Once again, white doesn't want to allow this to happen, so king c1, protecting the rook on b1. Now bishop a3 check, only move. Now instead of taking the bishop, the rook with the bishop, which will be probably losing because the white will still have lots of advantage of material. Now attacking the rook with both pieces. White has to defend on b2, so otherwise black would take it for free. Now queen c6 check, attacking the rook and the king at the same time, and it seems black would be winning after, say, something like queen here, check, and the exchange here, while black would be losing. So queen e2 was played at this point after the check on f3. But anyway, Steinitz went on with some sacrifices, taking on d2, check, take with the king. The other rooks come to the d file, rook d8 check, king c1. Now bishop a3 check, only move, rook b2, and now queen c3 once again, as in the previous line, trying to get this rook for free on b2 and checkmate the white king. Bishop h3 check. At last, white develops his bishop on f1. He's going to try to play with the, well, not really. He's not really going to play with the rook on h1, but at least he develops this bishop and gives a check. King b8, and now queen g4, queen b5, just attacking b7, trying to checkmate black king and defending on b2. But unfortunately for white, his back rank is too weak. This rook here is not doing a great job, is in fact helping black in this case. There's a forced checkmate combination here. Queen d2 check, rook b1, king b1 and queen d1 is checkmate after rook takes and rook takes. There it goes, a very spectacular, very tactical game, very short one, 20 something moves, 22, 23 moves, in which William Steinitz shows his skills, his abilities to sacrifice pieces and just go for an attack, an early attack for hunting the king in the center. And well, this was the first world champion we saw in this series. Hope to see you in the next videos, and thanks for watching.